There we go. There we are. Good morning, good morning. We're up on Facebook. There's the Casper. Oh, my goodness. There's the Casper. He wanted to get up. Okay. Well, good morning, good morning. Let me know where you're checking in from. We're glad you're here. Well, good morning, Pam from Sonoma County and from Honolulu. Aloha from Honolulu. Nice to see you guys this morning. Whoops. That's my microphone. Look out. Get down now. Get down. Get down. All righty. So here we go, guys. We're going to gong ourselves in. Good morning, good morning. It's coffee with Casper time. Beautiful day in the neighborhood to boot. Okay. Well, good morning, Elizabeth from North Hollywood. Nice to see you this morning. All right. We're going to have some great light workers working with us today. Yay, yay, yay. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're going to gong ourselves in. You can make changes while it's live. Okay, that's interesting. New program inside the Facebook. Okay, let's it's 8:31. Let's gong ourselves in. We're going to share this 20 minutes together in Heart Connection and see what we remind ourselves about this morning. Good morning, Paul from Studio City. Nice to have you with us this morning. All right, big deep breath in. Relaxing the shoulders. The gong is just reminding us, the tone is reminding us that we're sending a signal into the law of the circle, which is receiving the direct impress of our consciousness and acting upon it and returning it to us as our experience. Good morning, Arlen from beautiful San Clemente. Nice to have you with us this morning. Yay. So one more deep breath in. We're going to let out the sound ah. Relax the shoulders and then bring the energy up into our heart center. Good morning, Reverend Trish. Nice to have you with us this morning. Okay, so here we go. You know, Reverend Tricia, who works with me every week, knows that this is really the purpose of Coffee with Casper is not to proclaim any grand revelations that we don't already know. Most of the people connecting here on Coffee with Casper, by the way, I'm Harry Morgan Moses. This is Coffee with Casper. Most of the people connecting are well aware of these truths. There's the basic principles in New Thought. The primary one is, of course, oneness. But I wanted to share some ideas that we've, of course, over the years talked about, but I wanted to bring them back fresh into our awareness today. So the word religion comes from the Latin word religio, and religio means to bind. And two of my grandchildren, my son's children, are being raised Catholic because she was raised Catholic, and we worked with the Catholic Church, and everybody agreed they would raise the children Catholic. So they are getting a lesson from the Bible, and in this case, the combination of the Old and New Testaments, and that's laying a foundation that later in their lives, whenever that time is, they'll assess how they really feel about all of that. I was originally baptized in the Episcopal Church, and I love that model. I think it's powerful, and it helped me. Hey, Daz, nice to see you. I think it gives you a compass. And then when I matured, I found my own way to get bond. But when my daughter-in-law's father asked me way back when they were just starting to agree to get married, he asked me what my faith was. And his faith is a little different than mine because I'm bound by my own consciousness. I am bound to serve the one that birthed me. That which is, I came from the light, I put on a coat of skins, I'm going to return to the light. I came to be of service to that light, and then to discover and to thrill in what it is to be a human being. And I love the quote from St. Ignatius that says, the glory of God is a human being fully alive. And so waking up to our aliveness and being bound to something greater than yourself. It doesn't matter. My friend, the Reverend Dr. Christian Sorensen, and I love this order, is God, family, friends, right? And then community. That there's an order of your dedication. And that's in a way how we are binding ourselves. And I think no matter what it is, what your religion you're choosing, the real question is, how's that working for you? Is the tradition or the path that you're choosing to be bound to something greater than yourself, is it fulfilling for you? Is it working for you? Does it have meaning for you? That's what happens as we mature. We begin to discover that we want that meaning, and that being bound is not. That's why Jesus said, my burden is easy and my yoke is light. It's bound, but bound to the glory of discovering yourself. Like, as Dr. Ernest Holmes, the great philosopher from the last century, said, to daily meditate on the goodness of life and embody the great ideal. The great ideal is, what if I were the awakened one? What if I were a human being fully alive? And am I living my life in a way in that to dream this is my quest, to follow that dream, to wake up to what it is to be fully alive. As we talk about Meister Eckhart's line from the 12th century, the 12th century mystic, the soul has two faces. One is gazing at the glory of God, the other is directing the senses. Are you paying attention to that intuitive guidance that's guiding you into the right, divine right action is guiding, guarding, protecting, and directing me in this day? And so I have a religio, I am bound, but I am bound to the great discovery of the glory of the I am that I am. Now, in every tradition, it's something bigger than yourself. If you look at the Old Testament, that would be the Jewish tradition, is totally bound to the Old Testament. Then you have the New Testament, and some Christians consider themselves bound to the New Testament. And if you're a Muslim, you're bound to the Quran. And if you're a Buddhist, you are seeking the path of enlightenment. But it doesn't matter which one you're choosing, except that it matters to you. So is it working for you, the path that you are choosing, the way that you are choosing to be bound by the infinite, to the infinite, with the infinite, and the omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent reality of the one? Energy and matter are one. There's one life, one power, one presence, in and through and as all creation, and in the subatomic particles before creation. It's all the same energy, it's all the same thing, and we are a holographic slice of it. We are not all of it. Good morning, Barbara, nice to see you this morning. Good morning, Teray, nice to see you. So this is what we're wanting to do. We're wanting to allow ourselves to be that place that is daily contemplating, daily seeking, asking and seeking and knocking on the goodness of life and the great ideal that I might become the glory of God, meaning a human being fully alive. What is it to be fully alive in health, wealth, love, and purpose, right? How do we do that? Well, we've been talking about right now in the world, with all of the distortions in the field on the surface, it is digging into my heart beats with the peace of God. It is contemplating that peace of God and calling that peace of God and calling yourself a lover of the world. And so one of the key things that has helped me in my journey, and I've been a teacher of forgiveness for decades and decades and decades, certified originally by Psychosynthesis International, that forgiveness is not something you do to something else, it's someone else, it's something you do to you. Because forgiveness is to cancel the demands and expectations that are blocking my attitude of love. So I want to do whatever's standing in the way of my attitude of love. That's standing in the way of my own enlightenment. That's standing in the way of my higher vibration. Bring me a higher love. We talked about that wonderful song from Steve Winwood, right? Bring me a higher love. And if it stops somewhere in me, I have to find the way to cancel the expectations that are blocking my attitude of love and return to unconditional love. So here we are. This is where I'm inviting us to contemplate in your journey this week, to focus your attention on checking to see, are you living in an attitude of unconditional love? And let me give you a great definition. Unconditional love is love given freely, without demands, without expectations, and without seeking anything in return. We love because it is our nature to love. We love because the more love, the more we open up to our soul awareness, the more we can contemplate the great ideal that what if I am the awakening one, right? And everyone is gifted that equal opportunity employment. Everyone, regardless of the tradition, regardless of what you were raised in, regardless of how you were bound, everyone has the capacity to free themselves to be an instrument and an avenue of love. And again, we're not talking about any particular type of love. We're talking about the energy of love. Dr. Ernest Holmes' line was, love is the impulsion of the universe. The reason the universe brought forth creation is because it loves itself. And now it brought you forth to discover that you are an act of love. Your very existence is an act of the one giving itself to itself as you. And you are that place. So we then are the only ones. Each individual is the only one who can check their own vibration and be an instrument and an avenue of love, yeah? Each one of us has to look to see, am I an instrument of that higher vibration? And if I'm not, can I make the adjustments? Can I cancel my demands and expectations of others, of other people, of other groups, of other points of view, and return to a place of love by seeing that the life force in everything and anything that is animated is the same life force. And what we also know is that everything is animated, right? Including the rock, right? Minerals are animated, plants are animated, and then we move up the level to simple consciousness, the awareness. Our four-legged friends have an awareness of themselves, the cats and the dogs. The birds has an awareness of itself. We have an African Greys lived with us for 27, 28 years already, and when I open the door in the morning, he says, "Good morning." So she says, "Good morning," right? We know it's a girl because she lays eggs, right? Right. So there is an awareness of being, and that's when it starts to change. And then when I become self-conscious, when I am aware that I think, that I can not only think, but I can think about what I think about, then we are the ones responsible for the vibration that's coming from us. And if you want to be open to the possibility of your own greater awakening, your own enlightenment, your own becoming more fully alive, then you're the one who has to check within your own system to see if the love, that you're, like right now, here we can all feel very much, this microphone is not sticking today. I'm going to have to put it on the outside. Sorry about that. The clip is busted from that thing. So we are the place, you are the place who can check on your own vibration. You are the place who can say, am I being an instrument of love today? Am I being an instrument of kindness today? Am I turning the other cheek, meaning if someone isn't being actively loving with me, can I be actively loving with them anyway, right? Can I be the place where the vibration of goodwill is coming forth to everyone I encounter, whether I call them family or friends or neighbor, I love the Aramaic definition. That's the language that Jesus spoke. The Aramaic definition of neighbor is anyone you're mentally or physically. There you go. Teddy. Anyone you're mentally or physically aware of. That's neighbor. So everyone becomes your neighbor, yeah? So am I being neighborly? I'm physically aware of you. Am I being neighborly? Right? Am I supporting your awakening in the world? And that's what we're wanting to do. We're wanting to be the place where the awakening world is happening in me. And I become an instrument of that awakening world. And I become an instrument of that peace in the world. And I become an instrument of that joy in the world. Joy, joy is the infallible sign of the presence of the One, right? So you are the very center of your being. Your real self. Remember, we talked about that Emmett Fox line. Your real self is the presence of God within you, the I am consciousness, the one that came from the light, the one that will return to the light. That's your real self, and it came to bring light, to be an instrument of light, to be an instrument of the impulsion of the universe, which is love, and then to have the joy of experiencing that love in all that is your life, because you are living from a place of unconditional love, meaning anything that's blocking my attitude of love, I cancel those expectations against the individual, against the group, against the point of view, whatever. We can have different points of view. I was watching Bill Maher, and now obviously I have a very different point of view than Bill Maher, but he was talking with the former vice president, Pence, and they were having they disagree on pretty much everything, but they were having a very civilized conversation. And it was like a breath of fresh air, that I don't have to agree with everything you think, or you don't have to agree with everything I think, in order for us to be an instrument of love in each other's lives, in order for us to be a good vibration in each other's life. You don't have to do anything, because you have already been chosen, because because your heart is beating, your liver is living, your kidney is kidding, and that's a good thing, and we don't know how to do it. It's done unto us. Now, if we dwell on the fact that I came from the light, born in the image and likeness of the One, then I could know that the pattern behind everything is this wholeness. And good morning, Chris. Nice to see you this morning. I can know that this wholeness belongs to me, and I can claim it. Now, if we've learned habitually to squish the energy of love within us, or to withhold the energy of love until someone, quote unquote, deserves it, then we can see we're going to be vibrating at a much different level than if we're choosing every day to figure out how to do the forgiveness work needed to be done, because forgiveness is the way to return to love. And the only one responsible for what I'm doing with the energy of my love is me. And therefore, that's true about you. And so when we gather together in a group of souls all trying to tune in to draw from the highest God and the innermost God as one God, right? If we're trying to pull from the energy and matter, there's only one intelligent energy in the universe, and it must be intelligence, because I find intelligence in myself, right? So I begin to know there is a super intelligence that knows everything, that is the intelligence of everything, and it's never separated from itself, and I am that place. You are that place. The I am that I am is not separated from being. I am is the announcement of being. And you have the capacity to claim that I am, and to listen to that I am, and to follow that I am, and be led to the place, as Joseph Campbell said, where you're learning every day in every way to tolerate your bliss, to allow a greater bliss to unfold into your mind, into your body, and into your experience, right? This is the opportunity that we have, and it's all based on being bound to something greater than yourself. So my father, my son, my son's wife's father, when he asked me what my tradition was, and his answer I loved was so great. And he's a retired MD, a very wonderful man, and he said it's so important that we are bound to something higher than ourselves. So he can't relate to the way that I see it because he sees it the way he sees it. But he's bound in his religion in a way that's working for him. And everybody has a right to give yourself up to something greater than yourself in whatever tradition is working for you, and then use it in an unconditional way in your life. Right? I don't need to ask everybody's faith in order for me to love them, because I already know that the life force in them deems them worthy of that. 100% worthy of it because I didn't have to make the decision. I can see it. They have life force in them. And sometimes you can see people who have turned down the power of their own vibration by means of anger and fear and separation and doubt and worry, and then they dwell there, and then you can see their life, literally the energy within them, you can see is dulled. But you can send love to their high self. You just know there is a high self there, and it's loving them, and you just can keep loving them. You don't have to tell them you're loving them. You just keep sending that love. Now, you might want to practice being kind, because kindness will loosen up the soil of love. Yes. So how am I being out in the world? Am I being kind? Am I being open? Am I being receptive? Am I being a place where people can smile? I love the fact that people smile at me all the time, and they smile at you all the time, because who you are is something special. So today is about unconditional love and me being the place that works on myself all the time to be an instrument of that love. Who you are is something magnificent. You are capable of a superpower kind of love that dissolves anything unlike itself and moves you closer and closer. Behold, the kingdom of heaven, where everything is just right, is at hand. And you can be in the kingdom of heaven as a human being, fully alive. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. If you've seen anything valuable in these 20 minutes together, share it. Use your LinkedIn's, use your Instagrams, use your Facebook, use your however you're doing it. Just get it out there. Just put it out there that we are connected together in love, and that we are bringing forth the peace of God is beating in the center of my heart, in order that we may be peace may come through into earth. If it's going to happen to us, it's going to happen through us. Who you are is something magnificent. And until we meet again, I'll be back next week on Coffee with Casper. And until we meet again, I invite you to go in the light, as the light and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Bye for now. Casper, where'd you go? Casper! Bye for now. We'll see you next week. He's out chasing lizards.